1972, a computer scientist named Brian Kerrigan used a computer code program to print out "Hello World," and coding classes have never been the same since. This typical statement that people first code is quite arbitrary and honestly doesn't make that much sense. When you print onto your computer, only you and your computer can see it, not the world. Today, in this video, I'm going to show you how to print in Java. That can be "Hello World" if you wish, but it could also be all the lyrics to your favorite song, your full name, or a knock-knock joke. It doesn't really matter, and it's just as simple as typing what you want your computer to say. Once you open your Java program and see your main method, refer to the video 1 here in the corner if you want to know more about the main method. This is where we're going to put our first print statement. Print statements can mean other methods, classes, and packages, and more outside of the main method. But if all you want your program to do is print, it's easiest to do it from the main. A print statement is quite robust in Java, meaning there are a lot of characters to type out that all really just mean print. System.out.println, begin parentheses, begin quotations, your message here, end quotes, end parentheses, semicolon. This will tell your computer to print the message out in the terminal, and we can see it right here. All it says is your message here, not the rest of the stuff that we typed out. What if you want to change your message? There are a couple ways to do that. First, we could just go back into our code and change it here. Rerun the code, and there it is. Another thing we can do is use a scanner. In Java, a scanner is a place where we can type a message and store it later as a variable that we can use later in our code. In order to do this, the first thing we need to do is import the scanner object because it's not a part of the default Java. Luckily, this is as easy as typing import java.util.scanner, semicolon. You put this at the top of your class, the very top of your file. This is how you would import any other package into Java in case you want to use a default method such as the math class, the string class, the scanner class, or just the import all class. Then, back down here in our code where we want to use the scanner, we first initialize the scanner, which is a fancy way of saying we tell the computer that we want to use the scanner. We do this using the statement scanner, scan, this is the name of our scanner, equals new scanner system.in. The way we would read that is pretty backwards. We would say we have a new scanner named scan that saves a string called name. When you're coding, try and pick variable names that make sense. So for a scanner object, we might use scan, keyboard, input, the letter S, or scanner. Now that we have our scanner initialized, we can use the scanner. We do this by saying the variable type that we want to store, in this case string, and then a name for the variable we're going to store. I'm going to call mine message, equals scan.nextLine, and then in parentheses they're empty, and then semicolon. In this case, since I named my scanner scan, I would say scan.nextLine. But if you use a different name for your scanner, you would use that name .nextLine. And this is basically telling the computer that whatever the scanner sees as the next line of input, store that into a string called message. Now we can use this variable called message and then have the computer print it out again. So here I type my input as the string I love coding, and then I did a system.out.println and then put my variable message as the parameter. I didn't put message in quotation marks because I don't want to print out the letters message, message, but I want to print the variable stored inside of message. So when I put message into my parentheses with no quotation marks, the computer will instead go find the variable called message and then print out the string or sentence that is stored there. In this case, the computer sees that the message I love coding is stored and then prints out I love coding into the terminal as well. We can also use system.out.println to print out numbers, integers, characters, and special characters. One such special character is /n, which means new line, or /t, which means tab character, to space text out more. Because there's no specific key or symbol to denote these types of characters, in computer science we've made up these fancy little codes to mean don't print the letter N, but print a new line using the /. There are several shortcuts like this that become more familiar the more you use them. And that is basic printing in Java. Thank you for watching Duck Duck Code.